Today I've got a cool new part I'm going to put on the Scout. I don't know, some people may like it, some people may not. It's really a thing of function for me. I had back surgery back in like 2000, and I don't want to carry a bunch of weight on my back. I don't like wearing a backpack for extended periods of time when I'm riding. And, you know, going on long day rides, you tend to have some stuff with you. So what I'm going to do is I bought a National Cycle rear fender rack. It's a solo rack for the Scout. And I'm going to put it on. So it's not going to be a real long video, but it's cold and rainy and crappy. It's the end of March, and I was just dying to get out in the garage and see the bikes. Got Millie's bike right there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to see the seat yet. It's okay. Anyhow, I'm going to put the rack on and get it buttoned up. Direct from National Cycle. Quite an unboxing here, but I think you can get this from just about any bike parts retailer. You can see my kerosene heater going there, keeping it relatively nice here in the garage. The instructions, put those on my cart. And parts list. Now for me, I ordered my National Cycle rear fender rack directly from my bike dealer, because I think most Indian dealers will offer you a discount on parts, and you know, even if they're not Indian branded, for you know, a year or so after you first purchase a bike through them, just to keep you coming back in the front door. And Spartan Cycle was no different. What I ordered was this guy. It's really, really nice looking. Of course, it's cold in here, so I already fogged it up. There's the National Cycle emblems kind of stamped there, and I think that's just a little narrower than the fender itself. If you notice, unlike the factory Indian rack for the rear fender, the solo rack, this one's curved like the fender. The Indian one tends to come out straight, and I think it looks a little goofy on the bike by itself without, you know, saddlebags on there. If you had saddlebags, it would look fine, because the bags, you know, tend to be straight across the top, or flat across the top. So that's what we got. I'm going to stick it on the bike. There's a little plug here that the factory gives you. It's just a plastic push plug. There's a threaded insert where your passenger pillion seat would be. So that little insert's got to come out, and then you got to take off the two screws that hold this cover in. Now the cover comes with this seat, because normally the factory seat would attach to where this cover is under here, and it would slide down over a pin. So when you buy the solo seat, you get a little cover. Alright, so the first step is this little cover here. Now when you're just using the solo seat by itself and you don't have any accessories here, this is actually turned so there's a notch, and I'll show you when I take off. The notch faces down, so the finished side is up. But when you use an accessory like the solo rack, you just flip this around 180 degrees, and then the open notch faces this way and allows you to put the accessory on. I gotta thank Del Boy's Garage and my buddy Del Boy for pointing out this brand of tools, Weehawk, because check that out. Isn't that freaking slick? So what I need is a little 5mm, which is that guy right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wrench on that because of the limited space that I have to get after it. But I can I can play with that holder for the bits all day long. That is just super cool. The center part of this, even though it's a 5 or 6mm dual end bit, the center part fits a 1/4 inch, and this is just a 1/4 inch ratcheting closed offset wrench here. So that will allow me to get in here easy peasy. Now it's loose enough I can just take that off my hand. So that bolt off. Then you got to hold on to it, because this is a spacer that is used to mount this cover. Now this cover faces down, and it's got two brass inserts which keep you from crushing it. And you face the gap down when you don't use an accessory, but you turn it around the other way because it's got this opening, which is what I've got to do. And that allows the accessory to be covered on this end. The next thing I want to do is I got this little I got a set years ago of upholstery and trim remover tools, and they're plastic, so they won't scratch stuff. So I just need to get in here and use the paper towel to help pry up against. Get this guy under here so I can pry this guy up. And it's just one of those plastic Christmas tree looking clips. It's nothing special. Alright, so once you've pried it up a little bit, you can actually thread it out, because that is a threaded insert. And that's what this guy looks like here. I actually added the rubber washer and a little plastic washer just to space it up a tiny bit so it was easier to take off. Now that we're ready to mount this stuff up, you got these 3 pieces of hardware here. You've got the fastener for the threaded insert in the fender. You've got a really nice chrome domed and beveled washer. And then you got the specially machined washer. Now this dude sits upside down from the way you think it would, because these get sandwiched together and the rack kind of sits between that right there, and then the bottom part keeps the gap off the fender. This part goes like that on the underside, and then it goes on the back like so, and this, just like I showed you, goes directly into there. Get some thread started here. That'll help hold it on. And then I just have to get the front hardware on there. They give you 2 nice chrome bolts here, but you're going to reuse this guy. So it's a little bit of a wrestle to pull this off. So kind of fish around here until stuff lines up like so. And I'm just dry fitting this now. I'm going to double check to see what it says about Loctite. Alright, I reviewed the instructions, and National Cycle does not recommend the use of any Loctite, so I'm not going to use it. It really fits the bike well. I mean, National Cycle definitely took the time to get all of these components to work beautifully with the factory part, because this cover here is a factory part, and it fits precisely. And everything seems to be 5mm Allen drivers here, so I can use the same tool to fasten everything back up. I'm just going to snug that up. I don't need to kill it. And then, like before, weasel my fingers in here because I don't feel like taking the seat off. And I mean, if you didn't have this little bit driver set up, you know, just take the seat back off. And you can use this National Cycle rack with the factory seat. It's not a problem. It doesn't have to be the solo seat, but it works great with the solo seat, as you can see. Of course, now I got to be spiffy cool and open my screwdriver up, put my bit driver back. That thing is awesome. All right, well, there it is. It's all mounted up, like I said. Simple, easy, quick video. You'll see it just sits up above the height of the fender. It'll give me something to bungee to for just like a day pack. The thing I like the most about it is the chrome on that matches the chrome of the grab rail. National Cycle does make that in black, so if you wanted to go with an old blacked out look, you can. But I figured with the chrome grab rail on the seat, just that little bit of chrome would be nice. And boy, I can't wait for it to get warm out. My Scout is almost 100% the way I want it. Maybe someday in the future I might think about custom paintwork. The only other thing I've got coming, I think it's Memphis Shades, makes a turn signal relocation bracket for their particular brand of windshield, because I want a better mount than this rubbery thing. and it's a nice metal bracket that attaches to the lower yoke clamp, and also it will move the indicators back down below the headlight, and I think that looks better. So one last close-up detail there. You can see how that plastic bracket gets flipped around, or that plastic cover gets flipped around. It gives me a usable rack that I can put my backpack on with my snacks and my camera gear and a couple of spare tools, and maybe, you know, socks and underwear and t-shirt in case you get caught in the rain, maybe a rain jacket. Nothing big, because like I was saying earlier, my lower back don't hack long rides, man. I'd like to ride long cross country, but I need a bigger bike for that. So that's it for now on the Scout 60. I got my rack mounted on Bert. The National Cycle rear fender rack for the Indian Scout is pretty damn nice. It's really solid. Give me something to bungee a small pack to, and like I said, I really don't like riding with a backpack, because I've had lower back surgery. I don't really have problems with my back, but I can't really haul that kind of weight. And that gives me just enough to be comfortable on like a day or an overnight ride. I can keep a backpack with a change of underwear and socks and a t-shirt and stuff like that. Some snacks, camera gear, you know, for recording stuff, some spare tools, just enough, you know, for an overnighter or even a really short weekend. It's pretty cool. It's really well built. From my dealer, which is Spartan Cycle in Clinton Township, Michigan, I think it was just a hair under $200 with tax. You can find it online for a little bit cheaper, but then you got to pay shipping, so eventually it costs the same. It's pretty slick. I like it better than the factory rack. Almost bought the factory one, but like I said, it comes off the end of the fender flat and straight. It's really designed to be used with a set of saddlebags, where this rack here really blends in just like beautifully with the 1920s bobber / tractor seat that Indian sells. And you know, it being chrome with the chrome grab rail, really slick. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like and the subscribe and the little bell thing so you get notifications. More videos coming up. I don't know how regular they'll be, but hopefully this year won't be as crazy as last year with work and whatnot. And you know, we'll get videos of Sully, Millie's Speedmaster, some videos of the Scout 60, some videos of Ginger, get some parts coming for that bike. And also Barney, we got work to do on Barney. I gotta get back on that. I gotta get cracking with a welder. See if I can manage to weld without blowing holes through steel. That'll be interesting. So like I said, thanks for watching, and until I see everyone again, ride safe.